Let's now take a look at an example problem that wants us to multiply two binomial radical expressions. Binomial because they have two terms, and they are binomial radical expressions because at least one of those two terms is a radical. Like, for instance, in this case, the 2 square root of 2 and the 4 square root of 2. So to do this, we just need to distribute each thing from the first set of parentheses into each thing in the second set of parentheses. Some of my students still refer to that as the FOIL method, although I don't generally teach it that way. It's just repeated application of the distributive property. So I need to take this 4, and I need to multiply it to the 5 and to the 4 square root of 2. So what does that look like when I do that? When I take the 4 times the 5, that would give me 20. And when I take the 4 times the 4 square root of 2, I'm going to multiply the numbers together from these two terms that were not underneath a radical sign. So this 4 is not under a radical sign, and neither is this 4. So I'm going to multiply those together. That's going to make 16 square root of 2. Long story short, you multiply the numbers that are out from under the radical signs together, and you multiply the numbers that are underneath the radical signs together when you're doing this. I'm halfway through the distribution. Now I need to take the 2 square root of 2 from that first set of parentheses and distribute it into both things in the second set of parentheses. So 2 square root of 2 times this 5, I would multiply the two numbers together that are not under radicals, which would be this 2 with this 5, which would make 10 square root of 2. And then finally, when I distribute this term to this term, that's the first instance where I have numbers outside of the radical and numbers underneath the radical. So I'm going to multiply them together. 2 times 2 on the outside makes 8. And on the inside, the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 would become the square root of 4, like that. Now, we can go ahead and simplify a bit here. Here we have 20 plus, these are like terms, so I can go ahead and put them together. They're like radical expressions. 16 square root of 2 plus 10 square root of 2 makes 26 square root of 2. Plus, and now this last term over here, I have 8 square root of 4. However, the square root of 4 is 2. So that really becomes just 8 times 2 in that last term, which is 16. So I have 20 plus 26 square root of 2 plus 16. And now I actually still have some like terms to combine. The 20 and the 16 can make 36 plus 26 square root of 2. You could always check this pretty easily in a calculator. Just type the original in just as it's written with parentheses and see what its decimal equivalent is. And then type this in as it's written here and see if you get the same decimal equivalent. That might help you catch a lot of mistakes along the way if you just test those and see they should still have the same decimal value. They are equal. This is just a simplified form of that.